CP the Tool Addict. Woo! Everybody, I hope you're having a happy Tuesday. And before we get to going too far, I know, you guys are already going to do it, but I'm going to ask you anyways. Please click that thumbs up for me. Really help the channel. We're getting so close to hitting that 10K mark. If you haven't subscribed, this is the one I need you to do it on. We are like that far away from hitting 10K. And you know what happens when we hit 10K? That's right, we got a giveaway. The big golden wrench. We'll talk about that once we get closer. We're going to need to get above 9,500 to get there. But anyways, today's video, we're going to talk about Cornwell tools. Cool Tool Tuesday with Cornwell tools. And the new blue Cornwell tools. So, the new blue handles, I guess. They've always had blue handles. These are the new handles. That's right, the new handles. So anyways, without further ado, let's punch this one right in. Oh yeah, so we got a tool haul, and we got this stuff from Levi the Tool Guy. Check him out on YouTube. We've got the brand new Cornwell blue handles. And we're going to do something. We also got a blue ratchet. As if CP needs a new... Oh, that doesn't look new, CP. Can you explain to us why this does... Well, I've been using this one, and I'm going to... We're going to look at this at the end of the video. We're going to talk about this, but let's talk about everything else first and go through that. So... Alright, so let's dive right in, talk about... He sent a flyer. Picked up a few of these things. Thought it'd be neat to show on the channel, and I've been, dying to get a hold of some. But he sent us some stickers. Sent us a bag. Of course, he sent us this very nice Cornwell hat, which I always appreciate, especially getting to be the summer style hats. But look at that, 100 years. Look at that, woo doggy. Cornwell's tools, magnetic. We'll keep that out here in the shop for when we have a few of those. We got the shift happen sticker, and yeah, this bag is just a Cornwell tools bag. Get that out of the way. Then we got the 7-piece extra long star driver screwdriver set, and then the screwdriver set, and of course the ratchet. So let's talk about these. We'll take a look at these individually, see what we think about them, and talk about the ratchet, using it, whatnot. All right, so yeah, we've got the old Cornwell screwdriver, which was the other one, and you can see that I've used this one quite a bit. I have a lot of different screwdrivers, and I don't know, not as many as my buddy Tarek, but yeah, I just wanted to check these out and see what this was all about. And I gotta tell you, if you guys didn't like the funky handle of the square drive, which I'll be honest with you, this has been my only problem with this this triable is that it goes away from Cornwell's traditional handle style for when they have hard handles. And some of you guys might think that because these are square, they're funky, but if you've never used any of these, they're really not that bad. And I'll be honest with you, the reason why is because the traditional thumb hole on these actually makes it, the way it fits in your hand, you'd be surprised how much torque. These are probably realistically one of the highest torque screwdrivers that I've ever used in my life, just because of the grip that you're allowed to have with these, just your hand, the ergonomics. They've gotten a bad reputation because people think they look funky because they're square, but I honestly don't know many people that have used them that said they haven't. But the triable design is also very, very grippy. You have definitely different places of engagement that you can make on these. These are bolstered, vapor blasted tips on them. And I compared apples to apples here, this screwdriver to this screwdriver. Both of these screwdrivers are not USA made, which some people are going to gripe about, but I want to explain something to you. These are also not USA made priced screwdrivers. I believe these sets run about 60 bucks for these smaller sets, and the deal that they had on these screwdrivers was absolutely ridiculous. They are Phillips bits. They are Phillips screwdrivers. The number one does have a slight bit of a point on it. I haven't tried this out. I will say that the lightness of them, and there's a couple things that I did not like. First of all, I do like the Cornwell guy, the Iron Man Cornwell guy, I think they call him. I do like that, but it also does not have any markings on here, which the old ones didn't either. But we all know from Snap-on, not Mako. Let me look. we're just going to quickly compare, and I will do a video on comparison, but the Mac ones obviously have a slotted tip on the, or slotted end on there for indication when the screwdriver is pointed down, as well as Snap-on has an indication for Phillips. And of course the Matco does not, except for it does have an indication right here, the size on the screwdriver. So I do have pretty much good experience with using all of these screwdrivers. Just want to point that out, that this isn't, this is a pretty good, I'm giving a pretty good evaluation. Like I was saying, the couple of disappointments that I did have is, wasn't too happy with that. And then the weight of it. It felt a little bit dainty, if you will. I don't know. Just felt a little bit awkward. The Matco is pretty well balanced. This Mac is, and Snap-on. The older Cornwell feels pretty good. The weight difference isn't a little bit, but you can tell it's off. These feel a little bit light. The dirtiness of them, I will say, that was another concern of mine, and we'll get into that a little bit later with the Ratchet and looking at that. But they do catch a little bit of dirt. But overall, the grip on them and whatnot is definitely, for a triable, I will say that I do like it better than I do the Matcos. The Matcos are a little bit fat in my hand. The Macs, I don't have the right ones, I'll be honest with you. These are the harder grips. The Mac has two different grips, and I wanted the Mac grips, so I'm not as much of a fan of these. The Mac grips have kind of a textury feel in the middle, almost like this Cornwell, where this has hard plastic here, and then it has this right here, which I do want to get those with the Macs. Macs also has a new screwdriver coming out. But I don't use screwdrivers a ton, but of course you all know when you need a pry driver, this is a good set to have. And like I said, for the money, it saves you a little bit of deal. If you guys are Cornwell, you have Cornwell tools or whatnot, you'll know. But yeah, overall, I like them. I think they're very, very comfortable, extremely comfortable. In fact, they're super comfortable. And the options that you get with this for staging your hand is pretty much endless with a tri-oval design. Ovular design. Yeah, look at the contour. I wanted to get this up here. You can see where they come down, and they have a little bit of raise in there. The material is very tacky, and it is almost exactly like a Snap-on. It does have a little bit of, it has a little bit of tackiness and a little bit of soft to it. It will mar and damage a little bit. I did test it. Takes a little bit of scraping on it or whatnot, but like I said, these are warranted, lifetime warranted, not USA price, but on a budget-minded deal. So it's kind of where it is on that. You guys can make that assessment. Moving right along, we go right into the long Torx, and these are super nice too. Once again, vapor blasted tips to help protect them. These are the handles are the same, but these do have, I might have missed that on the, these do, let me see if I can get this on the camera. These do have part numbers on each bar. See if I can get that. Let me turn the light off here. See if I can get that in there, and you can see without the shine. It does have a part number on the bar, and it gives you that 27. But this one, once again, I think that it would have been nice to have the T27 up at the end of the handle instead of the Cornwell guy. The iron, I believe they call it the Iron Mine guy. You guys can correct me. But once again, no indication of sizes on them. Overall, though, once again, I do like the handles. Little light on the weight on it. I'd like to see a little bit more weight in them. We will try them out. I do already have a set of Cornwell Torx. Let me get those. Once again, these are pretty much the same shaft as what these are. And I have been using these, and they have held up very, very well. Granted, I don't use Torx screwdrivers a ton, but when you do have them, or when you do need them, I got them, and I do like these. And I'm assuming this is the same shaft, same material, S2 steel on them. Let's see if it says anything on here on the back about these. Well, let's talk about the handle design real quick. This is called the handle dimples, which we knew, torque zone, which what I was talking about, the raising part, and then we've got the speed zone, which would be the back round handle and the front part, so that way you can twist it. And that's kind of really how this screwdriver was more headed. This is what pretty much was only your speed zone back here, which a lot of people grab them by the handle. But right here, you know, you can roll the screwdriver like this, or roll it back here now. So they give you two options, and you can see you can really get into it and spin it, holding it with one hand. But as far as steel wise, tri-lobe handle, premium alloy blades. Oh, they're a magnetic tip too. Look at that. How about that, fella? Yeah, so we're going to have to get some time in behind them, but I will say I pretty much have had plenty of time in behind with these, so I know these are pretty good, and I imagine the material's the same. Once again, I got a smoking deal on these when I bought them with screwdrivers. I bought three. It had a 3-pack set with these ones, and I got the torx, the 10-piece screwdrivers, and the extra long screwdrivers. So I do have quite a bit of Cornwell and the screwdriver variety. So, yeah. All right. Well, this one's getting long in the tooth. Oh, and the trays are very nice now, too. I think they're a little bit more compact, and I do like that part where they're going to not be. The old ones were very flimsy, and I can kind of show you. So, yeah, look at these. These trays were a lot flimsier. Moving around, they crack and break pretty easy, so they're definitely not as durable as these are now. They put a little bit more money and effort into these, I think. So just something if you're looking to keep those in the trays, which I know a lot of guys like to. All right, now let's talk to the main event. Let's talk about the ratchets, okay? So we have the ratchet here, and we're going to clean this up real quick on camera to show you whether or not we're going to use a little JD Code tool detailer cleaner. Let's clean this sucker up. Let's see how well this cleans up after using it for a couple days. See if she comes right back to life. See if my concerns about it staying dirty are going to be an issue. Now this is just I guess not a long term, but a couple days of using it. And wada bam, wada boom. Man, that sucker cleaned up pretty nice. I got to tell you that alleviates all my concerns about the tool staying really dirty. Now we're going to talk about the differences. Obviously, we showed the old handles. This is the original Cornwell handles, which I certainly do like, and obviously they have chrome handles. Cornwell has their own proprietary chrome handle, which is a little bit unique, which I do like. And also they have a 30 tooth, okay, and a 72 tooth. Now this is the finer 72 tooth. We're going to talk about a little bit about this. This is 100% USA made, except for what I'm assuming the ratchet head is not. So there is no stamping on this that says USA on it anywhere. So keep that in mind. Every tool company has done this at one point in their life. Snap-on is no different, where because of US standards manufacturing, yeah, it is what it is. But we're going to talk about this one real quick. The head design on this one is a little bit different. I started to try to take this out, but definitely a different design than what they have with this design, or their original design is, which they're no different. They've kept this design. I'll be honest with you, Cornwell is one of the most underrated ratchets when it comes to the smoothness. This is a 30 tooth, but I'm telling you what, this is a lot like Koken in my opinion. They hold a pretty solid second or third place in back drag on a ratchet that I've ever had on low tooth count, especially. And a lot of you guys will get all excited about, you know, fine tooth versus coarse tooth. You're talking about 5 degrees versus swing, 5 degrees of swing versus 10 degrees, which is not a great deal. And I've never found myself in a whole lot of situations where that makes it a big deal. There is times, and of course having a fine tooth is good, but 5 or 6 degrees of swing versus 10 degrees of swing, and people make a huge deal out of it. The other thing I want to point out is the locking flex on this is absolutely, that is no joke, guys. In fact, let's just look and see if anybody, let's see if the snap-ons, we know the Matco won't do it unless you have a lock on it. They'll flop right away. SK is pretty stout, even though it's newer. Koken. Yeah, Koken will flop on that. The Mac is locking. The Mac will flop with just a little bit of shake. And we need a snap-on here. Take a snap-on. And the snap-on will actually move. The Cornwell does use a detent system, but it is one of the strongest detent systems that I've ever seen on a ratchet in my life. This thing is awesome. I like this a lot. It uses the old ball and spring detent in here with your divots. It is just super, super crazy strong. So, yeah, nonetheless, that's your Cornwell ratchet. I'd like to tear this head apart and really look at it deep into spec here, but I'm a fan of the Cornwell. Now I do like the 32, so I have said this many a time. I am a big fan of, man, when these things get broken, I'm telling you, they are a great ratchet. I would like to get some more 32 Cornwells because I think they're great. Once again, the degree of swing doesn't come into effect. They're super strong. They're really one of the highest underrated ratchets on the market. The 72 tooth, the verdict is out on that yet. I'm not a big a fan of this. And be honest with you, I like this switch here, guys. I got to tell you, the switch does not bother me one bit. You'd think it's funky, but it really isn't. It's crazy how used to it you get to it. I mean, it just makes sense. First of all, when you're not, you can reach right up here, you can reach down here. It gives you the ability, and I'd like to see them continue that with a fine tooth head, or design a fine tooth head on the ratchets. But yeah. Anyways, 16 minutes into the video here, guys. New Cornwell tools. If you made it this far, let me know what you think of the ratchet. I need to see how many comments people actually got to for the Cornwell ratchet. This is freaking, this is awesome. Getting different generations of these, being a part of the new tools, check out the new tools and picking up this stuff is what I live for. I love it. And hopefully I got enough information out there and give you a decision. I'm not affiliated by Cornwell at any means, but I definitely love showing you guys the tools, giving you an option and ability to, decide if you want to get into them too. And check out your eBay store if you can. So anyways, guys, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.